Is it better to own Bitcoin and Ethereum, or is it better to buy one of the funds like the Grayscale fund that holds Bitcoin or Ethereum that you can actually buy through your stock account? And let me explain to you how it works, okay? So what's very important to understand is Grayscale Trust, okay, is a closed-end fund. And what that does is means a bunch of people put money together, that trust goes in and buys Bitcoin and holds a bunch of Bitcoin in that closed-end fund, and then shares of that fund trade on the stock market. For individuals, they cannot get access to actually being able to buy Bitcoin, whether that's because they only want to buy things through the brokerage, or maybe they're a hedge fund manager and they're not ready to actually buy Bitcoin yet, and they want some type of exposure to the asset. This closed-end funds were created. Now, what's very important to know is buying Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, you are overpaying for the market value of Bitcoin. Yes, hear that again. You are overpaying for what that Bitcoin is worth. So right now, if I want to go in and I want to buy Bitcoin, and let's say I want to buy 5 Bitcoins, right? And let's say Bitcoin is trading at $50,000 a coin. I'm going to pay $250,000. That net asset value, meaning the total amount of those assets, NAV is what it's called, net asset value, is $250,000 if Bitcoin is trading today. Let me explain to you. If I was to decide I wanted to open up a closed-end fund and I wanted to pull together $250,000, and I want to go out there and I want to buy 5 Bitcoins, put it in my closed-end fund, and then I wanted to take that fund and I wanted to divide it up a bunch of shares of stock. That $250,000 of those 5 Bitcoins at $50,000 of that fund, in order to have it trade on the stock market and people buy it through TD Ameritrade or buy it and actually trade on the stock market, they have to divide it up into shares. So what they say is, they say, you know what? Let's sell shares. Let's break this up into 10,000 shares, right? Well, what happens is those share prices, when they get to the open market, they get bid up. Why? Because people want access to Bitcoin that can't buy it any other way. So that Bitcoin, that share, that's only worth $25, because mind you, this is not like a company that's making money. It's just an asset sitting there. So that Bitcoin asset that is $250,000, 5 Bitcoins, those shares that should only be worth $25 a share, all of a sudden start shooting up in price, and now they're $28 a share. Well, why are they $28 a share? Because there's more people willing to buy those shares of stock, and people don't think to themselves. They want those shares because they can't get access to them in any other way. So when you're doing that, you're paying $3 more per share than the Bitcoin is worth. Like, think about it. I'm like, hey, I'm going to sell you 1 Bitcoin and you can take it and pay that money for it, 50 grand, or I'm going to sell you a bunch of shares that are backed by Bitcoin and I want you to pay me $53,000 for it. You're like, heck no. Like, I just go over here and buy it. Well, that's not the option for everybody. And so that is why Grayscale Bitcoin Trust trades at a premium. So I strongly urge you guys, rather than buying GBTC, which is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or the Ethereum Trust through Grayscale, don't buy those. Go and buy it directly, because you're just overpaying for that. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have a stock account and you want to put a little bit in your stock account to get some exposure to Bitcoin, you can go ahead and do that if you really want to. But no, you are overpaying for it. So you're much better off just opening up a separate brokerage account. So very, very important to know. So just remember, if you want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, buy the actual Bitcoin on Ethereum. Do not buy it through Grayscale or these other trusts. And if you do have to buy it that way because you're not ready to take that leap of faith, just know you're overpaying it by 10 to 12%. And I don't know about you, but I sure as heck don't like to throw money away.